Hello there, everyone. This is Soulstream17 here. So let me first, like usual, I don't own this picture. This is not a paid video. Alright, okay. So here's the thing. I'm downstairs taking care of the fire, and well, I'm doing a Naruto. Was the reincarnation of Madura, Indira, Ashura, and was in high school DXD. So yeah. I believe so. I left off right when Naruto followed Rias into Rias and Parash into the magical circle, and yeah, basically I also had him, I think, jumped like to the tree, like into the trees and the bushes and everything. So he's not gonna be a part of the fight until a certain point. So that means everything's gonna go similar to canon. Alright? So, anyways, let's just get into this because I'm making this like, at least I'm gonna try and make it an hour. I think I would remember what's gonna happen after the whole entire fight. It's the whole entire like swords coming and everything. So you know what I mean, like the swords of Excalibur and all that. So yeah. Anyways, this is part 4. Alright, so Naruto is in the trees just waiting for the fight to start. Rias does the green to Razor, and Razor, chooses his area where he's, gonna stand and watch. Along with Rias, does exactly the same thing. So, everything goes similar to canon in this story. And, well, he's seen everyone, basically fighting the people that they do fight. They give him they're still losing though. But, Issei's there and he's pretty much helping them out, turn the tides a little bit. But, less people are getting hurt and damaged, and, basically what happens is that the whole entire fights are going a lot more, like, less brutal, a lot more people are being saved and all that, not getting hurt. So yeah, so basically, Issei's, getting up to Razor, he's working his way up, he's basically doing it all by himself, which surprises Razor. Rias has confidence in him, but she's wondering, like, Naruto ain't around, but she thought, she heard someone else come through, so he, Naruto would have been there. But yeah. No. He's hiding. And he's been, impressed by what they've done. Madara and him just saying, even though they were outclassed in, power and skill, they made up with teamwork. I'm very impressed by that. Ashura and Indira, do say, well, this kind of was like a slaughter, I guess. I mean, that kid Issei did help out, as Naruto agrees. And so, he does, basically takes out the Goomba, the big giant fan. So, I think that's how you say it. But anyways, so he does have it out just in case. So right when Issei gets up to Razor, he's still tired. He's still exhausted. He just says, "It took me a while to get up here, but hey, I made it." As Rias is happy. As the Razor just laughs, says, "This lowly devil can't even beat me. This is gonna be too easy and a cinch." So as Razor just says, "I'm gonna end this in one strike." So he decides to go with a full power blast to kill Issei. And what happens is, well, Naruto just intervenes. He basically gets right in front of Razor's blast, and he just puts chakra into the fan and blows it away with one swipe, which surprises them. and he looks, basically he's looking at Issei while this is happening. He says, "Are you alright, Issei? Sorry that I'm late." Which Issei just says, "Nah, you're right on time." And he goes down on one knee. He goes like, "You're not supposed to be a part of it." Like, I was ordered to protect you. That is that is what I need to do, including Rias Gremory. As basically, he goes, "What?" He goes, "I'll tell you later." Also, I think I mentioned about the chess piece. It's, it basically turned, like, since it was like an unknown card and it has like all the, card pieces and the chess pieces, it's kind of like the ultimate, chess, the ultimate pawn. The ultimate chess and card. I really, that was someone made an interesting name of it, so I have to look that up. Alright, well, someone said since he has, cards and chess piece, he should be, he should be called God, because it's a combination. So, yeah, well, what the, okay, I gotta check that out. I heard something. Okay, that was in the garage. I thought I heard something. I don't know what it was. Yeah, but like I said, they said pieces, so God. And they even like mentioned something about like having him be able to like have like other people, but no, that's not gonna happen. There's only gonna be a freaking one-man team. Because of that, he's gonna get like special abilities. I'm having it, but a little bit of abilities, a little bit of leeway. So yeah. But anyways, as even Reese is confused. As what happens is, Razor goes like, "How dare you stop Razor's attack? I'm gonna finish you off, mortal." And Naruto just laughs. He goes like, "I may be still mortal, but I have the wings of two things that you will never know." He goes, "What?" He was like, "It's nothing special." But anyways, as then all of a sudden he puts the fan on his back, and then he just starts making hand signs. He just basically starts weaving them. As then he says, "Multi-shadow Konjutsu." As about 20 different Narutos are on the roof, which Razor can't tell who is who. One of them decides to do wind style jutsu, a wind dragon. Another one does a fireball jutsu. And then another one does another wind dragon. And then basically another one says, basically shoots water onto the ground and does a water dragon jutsu afterwards. Then the earth dragon. And, well, he basically says, this is basically the four elements. Earth, wind, fire, water. As what happens next is, well, Razor doesn't just says, what's happening, basically. He's all confused. As basically the fifth Naruto and the sixth grabs Razor, throws him up to the air, as then all of a sudden all the other like the dragons come in and hit Razor, and because he's a phoenix, he's gonna be able to heal instantly. So, and he's basically, Naruto says, "This is gonna be a little problem. I guess I have to use them." As then he goes into the Renegon, like Tomoe's, like all Tomoe's on him, and which surprises everyone. And then he just says, "Susanoo." And basically he basically jumps off when he's off the roof, and then all of a sudden like a Susanoo appears on him. So, which Razor just thinks, this would be an easy job for me. He's just a big walking target. Which is true, but unknowns to him, ultimate defense. So, Razor throwing out magical attacks left and right. Other pieces, of Razor's Purage comes in, and Naruto just smacks him away with the blade, send them flying, in which Razor just tries to go for another big giant burst of like flame into a ball though, and he doesn't put everything he has into it, but it's big enough where it could actually destroy the maybe like the area where Naruto is in, and a little bit of the school because he's right next to the building. So yeah, as he basically throws it down, as then Naruto with basically moves the Susanoo's arm upwards, cutting the flames into two, and he just has a big smirk. And which, well, what happens next is Razor is getting mad, and Naruto simply does, well, he says Katon fireball jutsu into the sky. As, basically Razor's able to dodge them, and he said he's not affected by them at all. Are you an idiot? As, well, Naruto just flies up, and he says, I'm not an idiot. And which, well, it starts to rain, though. Rain and thunder. And instead of making, the lightning dragon, it's a big giant. He just says, water style. Ultimate water dragon. Basically. He just says, Kraken. The water just starts to form into basically just a water dragon, a big giant one, like the same level of the lightning dragon that Sasuke goes to Itachi. Karen. That's gonna bug. Yeah, okay, it's pronounced Karen. Had to make sure. So it's not that, but he could do it easily. So the water is the Kraken. He just says Kraken, and it just goes at him, basically making his flames totally useless. It hits him direct on, very much damage. As he's basically like covered out water, like he almost drowned, which that kind of terrified him. As then Naruto basically is still smiling. As then lightning comes, like it's forming in the Susanoo's hand next, and his left hand, and then he says, "Kidding." As the dragon of basically the same size as the Kraken comes out of nowhere through the clouds. As everyone's seeing this, even Rias, she's wondering what the. As he just says, "Be gone," with the thunderclap, and boom, and it just goes right down, and hits Razor. He doesn't put enough chakra in to kill him though. I need to do something. I need Naruto to get, because the guy, or well, not guy or girl, person who that made this for his birthday, basically, says he want Naruto to get this. And well, since I made Issei and Naruto be friends, like I'm saying, like he didn't want it. They're like close friends, more than Sasuke. So I'm doing something that everyone's gonna hate. But hey, he has King of the Dead, or King of Underworld. I forget the name, but the Lord or King of the Underworld, to come out and heal him. Don't need to remember the name, because why? It just works then. But anyways, so yeah. So basically, Razor's knocked out. Everyone of Razor's Parage is shocked. Naruto just basically comes down when the Susanoo lands. That's when it just disappears, and he just lands normally if his eyes just normal. Which, he basically just says, like, to Razor, like, you really think you were something. I already told you you weren't. Next time, believe me when I say that oversized bird. And he just body flickers over to Rias and Issei, as Issei just says, you're a freaking jerk, you know that? You could have just ended him easily for us. Because, yeah. Then when will you guys learn how strong you need to really become? Which Issei just starts laughing. He goes like, yeah, that's true. Even Drake says that was amazing what you did, Naruto. I can't believe it. How much of that power did you use? He goes, not really much. I used full power, even all my chakra. I probably could have killed him along with this whole entire place and us. So I didn't, which surprises, you know. So just surprised him, and he goes, and this Issei is, how long have you been working on those two jutsus? Which Naruto just has a grin and says, 5 years, but it came in handy. He goes, why the Kraken nose? Like, big giant water monster? Couldn't think of anything else. So I looked at Greek mythology, found something. He was like, okay. Yeah, so basically he picks up Issei, Reese, and then, he body flickers over down. Reese comes and floats down. And, well, Razor, it's, even though he was knocked out, I kind of see him as this another stubborn type, so he'll, come back very easily, like that. So basically that's what happens. He comes back without them knowing, and he just says, no, I will not be defeated, but here. As, basically he's making a small, basically it's kind of like a key punch, but it's concentrated, fire, as he just says, I will defeat you, Naruto Uzumaki, as, well, that he's doing this. Right when he's about to fire, Issei notices, though, he goes, Naruto, look out! As Naruto goes, huh? He's about to, activate the Sharingan to dodge it, but Issei pushes him out of the way, and, well, what happens is, Issei takes the hit. It goes and hits his left lung, which, well, not a good thing, which Naruto says, Issei! Even Ria says it. Issei's basically going hey, you alright? Just coughing up, but he's having a hard time breathing, which Naruto's getting angry, and, well, this is when something starts to happen. He starts to awaken something. Which, Madura, nor Ashura or Indira could ever known. But time stopped slowly. Time is stopping. As the Sage of Six Paths comes in, and he goes, Naruto, and he basically says, look up at me. Which he does, and the eyes are starting to change. He goes, this is something I never thought I would ever have. He goes, what? He goes, the ultimate, eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Which surprises him. So, I don't know what the abilities can do, but I think it can do everything, multiple abilities, multiple powers. So, he could probably go back in time, he could probably revive the dead, he can probably do almost anything since it says ultimate, so, yeah, basically, he gets the ultimate, the ultimate eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, which surprises, him, and basically he just tells you have ultimate, unlimited power almost. You could be called a god, but, be warned. With power comes corruption, and that's all I will say. You can revive your friend easily, Naruto. Just take out the guy first, and that's it. And, Sage of Six Paths leaves. I just brought him in here, because, why not? He's still gonna be around, he's been watching over Naruto, so yeah, but, hey, basically Naruto just says, Kamui, as a razor gets sucked into the dimensional plane, at his own dimensional plane, which he can't get out, which surprises everyone. And then the ground started break and crack, as, well, the King of the Dead, or King of the Underworld, comes out, and which he says, what the, as he says, I could always do this to heal people, or such, or even use my chakra to heal. This can bring even the dead back to life, but Issei's not dead yet, so. As, the King of the Dead does take Issei, puts him in his mouth. A couple minutes later, he basically comes right back out, perfectly fine. It's all healed. The wound's gone, which Rias, comes over and hugs him, and Issei just says, thanks, man, I thought I died. almost. It was like, I'll never let my friends die. Trust me on that. Which, Issei sees the eyes, he goes like, what the? He goes, new eyes. Ultimate Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Surprisingly, right? Which, Issei nods. Ria just says thank you, she couldn't lose, someone a friend of hers. She couldn't handle that. And Naruto says it's alright. As then next thing he says, now, I got something I got to do first. As then he says Kamui, which he goes, gets sucked into his own, area, which Razor goes like, where am I? As Naruto, says, you're in a separate dimensional plane that I have. Now, it's time for you to pay, Razor. Which he just sees Naruto with the piercing eyes that he even sees then the Nine Tails eyes appearing out of rage. Like the slit basically, which Razor's terrified. As well, what happens is, what do you think? Naruto beats him. I'm not gonna go into detail, but just basically he beats him to where Razor could actually die. That badly. And what happens next? When he comes out, they just see Razor just in Naruto's just dragging him. And he's all covered in bruises and bloody, even he has broken bones, which surprised everyone. As he just throws Razor on the floor and he looks at his Purage, says, clean him up and get him out of here. He's a disgrace. As then when Naruto was walking by, he just kicks Razor's face, even sending him skidding, sliding across the ground even more. Which Issei just says, that is why you don't ever mess with him. That is why. And everyone learned that day never to piss off freaking Naruto. Never get him angry. Never hurt his friends, never try to do something like that. In which Sasuke and Kiba. Also I forgot, Gaara is in basically in this along with Tamari. Most of the people were reincarnated. It's not many. I'm only doing a select few, so yeah. But anyways, so Naruto and Kiba gets a cold chill. I mean, not Naruto. Sasuke and Kiba gets a very cold chill down their spine. They just say, they both say out loud, but they're in separate areas. But they say, no, even Shikamaru, and they basically alternate say, I feel like someone really made Naruto angry to the point where he nearly killed them. That's terrifying. And yeah, so Rios just says, don't you think that's too far? He was like, nothing's too far when my friend almost died. And he just walks away. He basically puts the Gambu back in the seal that he has. He looks at Asuya. He asks if she's alright and all. She says, she healed herself, but, it's still bad, so he heals her. He used medical ninja too. And that was it. They took Razor back to his palace, palace back in hell, and let's just say that day, the Grimory household does say that he is, Naruto Uzumaki is not part of our family. He was a friend that that came over and helped out. So Razor's parents can't say nothing. And as stated, because even though he wasn't part of the household, they still, the Grimory still won by default. Which they say that was a technicality. And they're doing this in person, which, they had to call, basically, Naruto and Rias had to skip school. Well, not skip, had to, not be in school. So, yeah. And Zex is there along with Vanilla and Soltix. So yeah. And this is basically Razor's father saying, how dare you beat my son nearly to death? As Naruto just says, he's a phoenix, right? He can heal most wounds or all of them instantly. I just beat him to a bloody pulp. He nearly killed my friend. Actually, if I wasn't there, and he did something like that, my friend would have died. So, will you think it's right to let your son get away scot-free of someone's death like it never happened? Or he deserves to be punished? I see it as that. And besides, you're lowly scum. Which that makes that sends chills down Razor's father's, just send chills down his spine, which he doesn't know why he's afraid of this kid. And he goes, now then, quit talking, well, no, quit barking like a dog or squawking like a bird you are. I'm not in the mood for none of you. I'm not in the mood for your family issue. Your son is still alive, and he can find someone else. Rita's Grimmery will not marry that perv. If she has to, then, well. And then basically he just bites his finger, and he brings up his sleeve, which then he puts then basically he just puts blood on a seal, which pops out a sword. And he just says, I'll come back to hell and end the job that I finish. Got it, bird brain? Which Razor's dad and mom are there, so his mother's there too. So she says, of course, we understand. We'll sign the papers. Have everything done accordingly. Please don't end him. He goes, good. I don't want that stupid jerk's blood on my blade anyways. It'll be a waste of time, that is. And then he just puts it back to the seal. So, yeah. They get all the papers done. Razor's not gonna be pissed. He's just not gonna question it. He's just gonna say, alright. And that's it. Which, Zex does say to Naruto, can you come here, please? Which, he's, his parents, Zex's parents do know what they did with, Azazel and Naruto. I mean, not Azazel, what Azazel and Zex did. And so, what happens? They go off into a room, and he goes, so you nearly beaten him to death because he almost killed your friend Issei, which Azazel told you to protect. Which Naruto says, yes, sir. He goes, and you also protected my sister like I asked you. He goes, yes. And, well, I just have to say, excellent job, Naruto. Excellent. Which Naruto's kind of confused. He goes, I thought I was going to get yelled at or punished. He goes, no, you did exactly as I asked. You protected my sister. Azazel is actually grateful for you for saving Issei's life. He understood that, Razor was stubborn. A stubborn fool. And he wanted me to deliver this message to you. That we found out something about the chess piece that, the chess/card piece that we've given you. He goes, yes. Naruto just says, he goes, you're going to gain certain abilities now. Fallen angel abilities along with devil abilities, which most people don't know. They're basically a forgotten thing, actually. It's like what basically Zack says of what Azazel's terms is. Video game terms, as Zack says, abilities that will always be on, that you can always do permanently now. Which Naruto kind of smiles at that. He's okay. Do we have to test? Analyze the chess piece within me and see what I can do? Or what? He goes, yes. And so, that is later on. you deserve a break. But at the same time, you deserve my thanks. As Zack says, to Naruto, he says, it's just part of my job, sir. That's all. But we can't let, Rias or your family know at all, right? And he says, yes. Actually, it may bring Zex, not Zex, it may also bring Razor's family even more angry. Because they ask for punishment, and they can't punish you for what you can, on what my orders were. To protect my sister and the Red Dragon Emperor. In which Naruto smiles, goes like, following orders to the T. You never said about being someone near to death. He goes, well, that is a technicality that we can overlook. Even, if they find out, they can't do nothing. Which, Zex, I'm kind of, making this point, because being serious, because it's, his subordinate Naruto is under his orders, so, yeah. I have to do serious Zex. And, after that, he goes, well, anyways, how's everything going for you? He was like, oh, I'm doing good. Class is going good. First time ever fighting a high-level devil, but I had to do at least two of my S rank jutsus, or S to A class jutsu, but hey, it was nothing special. I read the report. Well, I read the report of what, Rias told me. Summoning a water dragon, just regular water dragons, and then a dragon you say Kraken. You had to come up with something else, did you? It was like, yeah, it got inspiration. I decided to try something out one time when I was younger, and I've been working on these jutsus for 5 years. It was always over the summer break, so yeah. But anyways, the jutsus were dangerous, I knew, so me and my family always went to a location far away from the city, so, so basically I would shoot out fireballs, and then it started to rain. The lightning started to pour, so I thought, I can use the rain to my advantage. Since there was a water dragon jutsu, I thought of making that bigger, transforming it into, just transforming it into something more terrifying and deadlier. And yeah. And then the idea came also with the lightning, so that took each one. Well, the lightning jutsus were probably the fastest I learned. The water jutsu was the more difficult one. So yeah, which Zex is amazed. He was like, well, I, basically, have a monster working for me. And then, well, Naruto has the whole entire chest and card piece that I have inside of me, what are you guys calling it? He goes, oh, we're calling it God? So wait, what? He was like, yeah. It's very strange. There's never been two of a kind. A whole bunch of cards and chess pieces come to one. So the only term we can call it's God. And you may be the only one, and we don't know you can give it to anyone else. But they may gain some abilities too that you'll get. But we don't want that to happen. You can't tell no one. Alright? Yes, I know, sir. So, I'll just head back to school with Rias. As he bows down and says goodbye. And, he leaves. Rias asks, what did my brother want? He just says, Naruto just says, simple. He just wanted to tell me how stupid of a human I was. Funny enough. And then she goes, but you said something about wings. He was like, my suits are no wings. I can easily make them, from my body too. As in he basically does. And she was, it's pretty, it takes some chakra, but I'm condensing down the suits and those wings into just my back. It's somewhat hard, but it takes a lot of chakra too. Comes in handy. So, anyways, let's get to school. I want to get this day done with. And what she just says, right? So, you know, while they're walking, Reese has been looking at Naruto the whole entire time, and she's been thinking, how strong is Naruto? I mean, those eyes of his, the whole entire different abilities he have, is he like a god? If so, then, if I ever date him, what? No. She says, nope, no, don't think of that. Don't think of that, Rias. And they walk forward, and so I don't know, basically right when they get to go for the seal to get into the cult club, Kaguya's waiting there, and she goes, "Well, how was your two little talk?" As Naruto goes, "Huh? Talk? What do you mean, Kaguya?" As Rias goes, like, "Are you not shocked she is in here?" I was like, honestly, Kaguya's always there at some point in time in my life after something. Like, it's kind of like she stalks me. As he just laughs at that. I was like, yeah, that's a joke. Sorry. And she goes, no, you're right, I do. He goes, wait, what? And then she laughs and goes, it's a joke. He's like, oh my god. That would have been creepy. He was like, but I do see things, though. It's unfortunate. Which Naruto thinks, well, he can hear Ashura and Indira saying, Grandma. As they basically says, and then Naruto's in his mindscape real quick, he says, reincarnation, human. Jesus. As Madura says, he's right though. Reincarnation doesn't matter. Yeah, whatever, they both say. Which Kurama just laughs. But anyways, hold on. Sorry, it's gonna be really cold in my house tonight. I don't know, that's what my dad says, so had to keep the fire going. I've been trying to, yeah. So, anyways, Kaguya just sitting there with a magazine, just reading it. And he just goes, well, you want to know, Kaguya? As he just walks over and sits down in their chair across from her. In which she just says, oh, nothing. I just have a question, though, for you, Naruto. Would you like to go to another reality altogether? Which Naruto's confused. And Rias, he goes, like what? Another dimension? She goes, yes, actually. I know a few of them that you may be interested in. He was like, really? He was like, yes, actually. One where there's another version of you, but how can I say this? You are the nine-tailed fox itself. And there's another one where, well, you're back in if I remember correctly, what's called the Hidden Leaf Village, and you are the reincarnation of Asura Indira. Also, your mother is a Uchiha. And then there's just a regular Naruto, along with Samurai Naruto, and many more different ones. Heck, there's even other realities that we can just go to and visit, and learn from them, even get trained by them. But that's only if you want to. As he's intrigued by this, he was like, alright. Huh. So, there's other versions of me out there. And she goes, yep. But that's only if you want to go see them and, learn from people there. That's all. And he goes, so what's your game out of this? What do you gain? And she goes, nothing really. Just want to help you out. See how strong you can become. That's all. And he basically just says, I didn't know you had this much power. She just says, Naruto, I have a lot of power. I just don't show it like you. He goes, wait, you mean, yes, I have the, ability to use chakra, just like you, but it seems like you became something more than that. Which Naruto thinks to himself, crud, she might know. And yeah, so then she says, but I won't say anything. I mean, your chakra basically is the same as normal, but that's it. something else about you. There's a weird feeling I have. It's off. And she's just smiling a little, like, makes a little grin as she's just looking at the magazine, which Ria's is confused, like, wondering what the heck is going on. And so what happens is, he says, fine, since, well, technically, me and Rias were, didn't have to go to school today, and I was about to go in and saying, oh, it ended early. What about you? She goes, oh, I don't have to go to class today. Same thing happened to me. But I'm just really skipping. He basically goes, wait, what? He goes, yeah, when you're not around, I usually skip school. It's always boring. So, also, I did tell Ozzy about the whole time me taking you into another reality, so she'll be coming too. And which, right on cue, Ozzy comes in. And Naruto goes like, why you bring my little sister in here? Into this? He goes, because I want her to meet original Naruto. Which is the canon Naruto. He goes, fine. Let's just get this over and done with, please. Which he just laughs. He goes, alright, calm down. There may be a certain jutsu that you may want to learn. Heck, even another one would be pretty interesting. Naruto just looks at her and goes like, wait, what? She goes, alright, let's go. As basically she opens up the portal. No, she just does a reality shift. And brings them to canon Naruto world. Right around, let's say, the end of Ninja War. Yeah. And the seal is exactly the same way, so I may have him. I think I never had him like release Kurama's chakra, so yeah, it's a good way I can have it. So yeah, but anyways, so as Naruto, Rias, Kaguya, and Azia are right in front of the gates, as basically, as Kaguya was having her magazine, and she just opens her rift, and just puts it right into it, as it just goes right into the Rias's room, the cult club's room. And she goes, well, now let's all go in and see the hero of Naruto. As basically Naruto goes like, wait, what? And she goes, you may want to transform. You look a little bit like him, a little bit too much like him. It was like, all right, as he just transforms into basically black hair and just keeping the blue eyes. Heck, he even just made it longer, which, well, surprises. No, wait, I already gave him long hair, I think. Nah, I kept it regular, so yeah, he just looks like with long hair. As Azia just said, that looks nice on you, and Reese is kind of blushing along with Kaguya, so they don't say nothing. They just, and Kaguya says, alright, let's go. As yeah, so they just go forward. And well, they look around the Hidden Leaf Village. As Naruto just says, so this is what it would like if I, lived here. Huh. What was it like for him? As, Kurama just says that, everyone would probably have hated you, kid. That's what. He was like, oh, okay, gotcha. So, they walk around the village, and, they meet, Naruto smells something. He smells something very, very good. Like, he has never eaten ramen in this one, but hold up. I made the reason why, so that way he can eat Ichiraku's ramen. And, well, Naruto's now going to become a ramen addict in this what if now addicted. He's going to be wanting ramen. Like, that's all he'll probably want to eat. So yeah, so basically he smells it as Kushina, not Kushina, Kaguya says, oh no, which Azia and, Ria says, what's wrong? As they say, also our clothes, along with Naruto, he's gonna become addicted to ramen. She goes, what? It was probably all Naruto's are addicted to ramen. As Naruto says, how much will a bowl of ramen? He just says like in Naruto voice, and he goes, "Oh, Naruto!" Like the transformation came out. He was like, for a hero of the world for free." He's like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, can I have your biggest bowl?" He goes, "Oh, sure." So he makes the biggest bowl of ramen. He goes like, "One Naruto bowl special." And he's just like, "Oh god." Yeah, he's just looking at it, he's like, "This looks good." And then he just starts eating it, and which was kind of laughing at this. As then, basically, after a few minutes, like, he does eat, but then, Ichiraku says, "Hey, Naruto, why is your, clothes looking different?" He goes like, if I told you I was from a different dimension, would you believe me? He goes, maybe. And he goes, and what else? He was like, and this is my first time eating ramen, which shocks, Ichiraku. He was like, well, then this bowl is definitely for free. He was, wait, what? He was like, yes. So, tell me about yourself. As, Rias, Kaguya, and Azuya come over, he goes like, well, I'm in a world where there's devils, fallen angels, and, well, magic. Along with different, well, creatures, probably. I was sent for the future. Reasons why the clothes so different. And turns out I have Madara Uchiha, Ashura, and Indira as my reincarnations. And Madara slapped Indira. I think Ashura is the one that, was right next to Naruto and Hashirama. And Indira is the one that's, with Sasuke and Madara. So, as he goes, huh, alright. I believe you. You're not lying. He goes, the eyes say it all, kid. Naruto could never lie that good, so. And you're not a liar either. Wow, another reality altogether. You mind if I ask you another question? He goes like, yeah, sure. Do you have any friends where you are? He was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, when Naruto was a kid, he didn't really have any friends. Well, over time, he made them. Did you? He goes, yeah, actually, I did. I had a lot of friends. I'm technically don't like to talk to many people or do much. But normal life I'm in keeping, along with my parents are technically, my dad's technically a bodyguard. I take assassination missions and I go out and hunt people down and end their lives and such sometimes to get money. It all depends on the job, that's all. There is no ninja world no more, so yeah. As Midoragi says, alright. As long as you have friends, that's all I care about, Naruto. Now, go. Find the other you in this world that lives here. You can probably learn a lot from him. As she says, thank you, Ichiraku. And honestly, as he basically says, like, he tells his daughter, saying, hey, can you write down a recipe for one of our best dishes of ramen? She goes, wait, what? She goes, basically, Ichiraku says, yeah, as she does. She asks why. He goes, oh, for a friend. She goes, Dad, it's not good to give a recipe. They could. It goes, oh, they don't live far. I mean, they don't live here. They're just visiting. As she goes, all right. So they wait. He basically gives him the recipe for Ichiraku. I mean, the ramen. He was like, a gift from me to you. He goes, thanks. I don't know how to. He was like, just stay safe, Naruto. That's all I care about. Which basically he goes back. He goes back into basically the back just to get more noodles. In which Rias, Kaguya, and Asuya just say, that was nice of him. And Naruto says, yeah. And so, they leave, they walk around, and for a couple minutes later, he sees himself. He sees they see, original Naruto. In which he's talking to Sakura. which basically, our Naruto, high school DXD, Madara, Indira, Ashura Naruto, just says to himself, "Oh God, Sakura, she's always annoying." Whatever. And next thing he's not transformed no more. He didn't use the transformation jutsu. It's like just Naruto look now. He was like, which Naruto goes, basically Sakura looks over and she sees another Naruto with Rias, Akano, I mean not Akano, Rias, Azia, and Kaguya. And Naruto's even shocked. He was like, "So, hi me. I'm not from around here or this reality altogether. Look, I was brought here by somebody that is my friend. Alright, so do you mind, talking to me?" As Naruto just says, sure. But, Sakura says, "What do you mean, sure? He probably is, someone here trying to, get close to you and hurt you or something, blah, blah, blah." As Naruto just says, "You know what? Shut it, Sakura." The one with basically Naruto, Madara, Indira, Ashura, reincarnation, just says, "Even in this reality and dimension, you're still annoying," out loud. He goes, "What do you mean I'm annoying?" And he goes, "Wait, this world has chakra, right?" She goes, "Yeah." He was like, "All right, punch me." She goes, "What? What?" He goes, "Punch me." Which they're confused. Even Naruto was like, "Why?" He was like, not many people even know about chakra in my world or can use it. Only a few selected people." And so, Sakura says, "All right." Actually punches Naruto, the Ashura Indira, Ashura Indira Madara Naruto incarnation, basically. Nothing happens. He doesn't go sent flying or anything. He was like, "Still in this world, you're still useless." She goes, "What?" As then he just kind of flicks her as she, gets knocked out. He kind of just smiles at that a little bit. He was like, "You do not know how long I've been wanting to, basically do that to Sakura. She's annoying." So yeah, Naruto does catch her. He goes like, "What did you do?" He just says, "Oh, I just knocked her out for about 5 seconds." As then she comes back awake. He goes, "All right, mind telling me what's your, where you come from and everything?" I was like, "All right, let's go somewhere, wherever we can train too." He goes, "All right." So they go to the training grounds and Naruto talks to the original Naruto. And he asks, "Do you know about the Rasengan?" He was like, "Kinda. I mean, I think I gave him knowledge. So, knowledge of..." Nah. He goes, "Not really. I mean, Kurama told me about it, but I wasn't able to do it, so you might show me?" He was like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." It's alright. So, what happens is he makes the Shaolin Jutsu as, well, that's original Naruto's doing the multi-Shaolin Jutsu, makes the, Rasengan in the hand and tells him about it. But, our Naruto, and this what if, basically activates the Sharingan, which surprises Naruto. He goes, "I'm the reincarnation of Madara, Ashura, Indira. And I think I'm a little bit of Uchiha, so I got the Sharingan," which surprises, well, that basically surprises him. He was like, "So anyways, how did you even get here?" He was like I said, a friend." So yeah, so basically what happens is, he was able to see the jutsu and he learns the basics of it, but he's able to do it with one hand, which kind of makes Naruto mad a little bit. But, then he does the whole entire multi-Shaolin jutsu, clone helping out. And, well, he learns what Naruto can do in a matter of minutes, which he gets mad. He knows the Rasengan, big giant Rasengan, and Rasen Shuriken. He can do without Sage Mode, which surprises them. Sakura and original Naruto and original Sakura are surprised. He goes, "What?" He goes, "Don't you have stage mode?" I was like, "No." "Do I need it?" I was like, "Yes." It's like, "Oh, um, well, I don't. You do." Which Naruto kind of gets a little bit mad, but hey, it's whatever. So, then, Sakura's been talking to Rias, Kaguya, and Azia, and he asks how's, their version of Naruto. And Azia says he's very kind, he can be very, very cruel sometimes, which Rias says, yes, he's very good, he stays quiet, but he does get into, like, some fights. And Kaguya just says, he's alright, he doesn't really talk much, but he is a good person. He's kind-hearted. He can be, cold and stern, along with just being, you know, fully, well, being a jerk, as she says. She says, "Really? Oh yeah, I never asked what's your name." As she says, "Oh, Kaguya," which Sako goes, "Wait, what is, you know?" She says, "Can you repeat that again?" She goes, "Kaguya? Is there something wrong?" As Sakura says nothing wrong, as she walks over to Naruto and she goes, she whispers to Naruto over to Naruto's ear, saying, "Naruto, that girl's name is Kaguya." As then, well, Naruto basically asks his, our Naruto, the original Naruto asks, our Naruto, saying, "Why is your friend named Kaguya?" He goes, "Oh, well, that's the reincarnation of her." "You got a problem with that?" He goes, "Yeah, I do. I mean, she tried to destroy our, world, so he was like, mine hasn't. She died in seal, so wanna, start a fight?" Original me, he was like, "Do you even have the nine-tailed fox chakra?" He was like, "I got a Susanoo. And I also got this," as then he shows the ultimate eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, which freaks out Naruto a little bit. He goes, "Yeah, fight me, original, fight me." And then he says, and then wait, then, Naruto says, "Wait, I can use Kurama's chakra?" He goes, "Yeah." He was like, "What?" So basically the seal has a key. He was like, "Yeah." "Then can I have it?" He goes, "I don't know if it works." He was like, "The key's probably lost throughout time, so can you please unlock it?" As basically, lifts up his shirt and, well, he goes, "Alright, I'll try." As, you know, he, unlocks the door to, well, no, he basically goes into, Naruto's mindscape and then does the whole entire, seal on it. Uses the whole, like, the seal's, like, activated on his arm, and he goes up to it and just turns it. I mean, he basically does it to Naruto's stomach, and yeah. So, Karama's gates open, which surprises, and because then he sees Madura, Ashura, and Indira. It's Mindscape too. He's like, "What the freak?" He was like, "Yeah, pretty cool, huh? I got a legendary ninja with me, and two of the sons of six paths. I mean, both sons of the sage of six paths, as a part of me. So, what do you think?" As Naruto says, "Well, my Madara died, so yeah." As he asked, "When did you die?" He was like, right around time where Hashirama killed me at the basically the Valley of the End, and then I slept Indira for ruining my friendship with him." So, and he just says, "Your Madara, the son of a freaking god." He was like, "Yeah, you know." Our Naruto says to his OG, original Naruto says, "Yeah, he did." I was like, "That's amazing." He was like, "I know, right?" So yeah, seriously, they get out of the mindscape and he teaches him how to use KCM mode, which, well, did take about a couple hours to learn, but yeah. He says he can learn everything on his own next. He was like, alright. So then, Kaguya walks over along with Rias, and Azia says, we gotta go. Thank you for everything. He was like, no problem. And don't try to destroy the world, Kaguya. She goes, I won't. She laughs and says, I won't. I have my reasons why now. And besides, why would I want to destroy the world? I'm a reincarnation. Different values, different meaning, different life choices than my previous lives. And she says bye as they reality back shift over to their reality, which original Naruto, original Sakura says, that is weird. And he just says, yeah. And so, they get back, and it's like the same, it's like afternoon. Almost like the end of the day. As he just says to Azia, alright, let's go. Which, she says, alright. Kaguya says she's gonna head home too, and Ryu says, alright, I'm gonna basically get everything ready to go. And they all said, we'll wait. And they do. They all walking home, talking, chatting. Rias leaves and Kaguya, and then it's just Naruto and Azia. She was, so, how does it feel to get new power? It was like, pretty interesting. Also, they named the piece that I have inside me, they call it God. And they're like, wait, what? He was like, yeah, I want to change it to something else. She was like, why? He was like, I don't know what, but hey, it's better just saying it's God. Sounds cliche, but for now, I'll keep it. She goes, alright. So, is there anything we got? I got some of the class notes that, some classwork that you missed, so, oh yeah, she did bring her back, but I forgot to mention, so, yeah. And Naruto says, thanks. Yeah, sorry everyone, something was weird. I was trying to burp and I couldn't. Anyway, so after the whole entire, they get home, Naruto explains to his mom and dad what happened. They're proud of Naruto for doing what he did. And until heard about Razor, so he says that guy was basically a jerk anyway, so he deserved what you did to him. Because Naruto just laughs and says, yeah, I know. And, try to figure out something here. Let's say, yeah, a couple of weeks pass after that. During that time, Naruto was, called Azazel and Zex over and tell them what his new power is. He's, and then they also tell Naruto that he has certain powers now, because of his pieces that, they combined and everything. He has ability to make light spears just like any other fallen angel, along with basically healing. That's a wide range though, which Naruto says alright, along with also having a certain, be able to use maybe only one attack out of a magical spell, which surprised Naruto. Which even Zex says it's basically, it's only spell that you can learn is from one of mine, a very dangerous one that would be very difficult to learn, which will start training you on it. And Naruto goes, really? He was like, yes. He was like, alright. And so, and he asked, is there anything else? He was like, oh yes. You can also, how can I say this right? Have something appear out of nowhere. We don't know what it is. All we know is it's, you can just summon it. So yeah. Hold on, everyone. Alright. Thought something's gonna happen, but anyways. So yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet with that. but I just wanted to give him a, another type of weapon besides the sword and the fan that he has. So, anyways, he was all right. And during this time, him and Zex have been trying to learn the spell. I'm gonna look at what Zex's spell is to see his ultimate one. But anyways, during that time frame, along with him being training, get stronger, learn what he can do with, the ultimate Mangekyo Sharingan. Get the ultimate Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. So yeah. And okay, and it's basically the day of where the next season 2 will start, is where they learn about this Galver. So, but I'm not gonna cover that part yet. I'm gonna save that for next time. So, hold on. Alright, well, like I was saying, just my dad was talking to me. Sorry, he's just telling me to go to bed, which I am. But anyways, so I'm gonna leave that off for next episode. This was long. A lot of different things happened. Just a lot of talking, not much action. So yeah, I wanted to kind of have Naruto learn the Rasengan and master some stuff along with him getting the Kurama, the KCM and everything. So yeah, but anyways, I hope you guys have a nice night wherever you are, or day, and just stay safe, everyone. Alright, bye.